The best PC games in 2024 are those that make the most of the powerful hardware they're available on and the vast and varied library that can be downloaded. So whether you have a beefed-up PC gaming setup or are looking for games to play on your laptop, I've put together a list of the best PC games of all time that you can find right now. Resident Evil Village offers a unique cooperative experience through its multiplayer mode called Resident Evil Re-Verse. In this mode, players can team up in competitive multiplayer matches where they take on the roles of iconic Resident Evil characters and battle against each other in fast-paced and intense gameplay. The cooperative aspect comes into play as players strategize and work together to outmaneuver their opponents and secure victory. While Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain is primarily a single-player game, it does offer some cooperative elements through its multiplayer mode, Metal Gear Online. In this mode, players can team up with others to complete missions, engage in competitive matches, and work together to achieve objectives. The cooperative experience allows players to coordinate their actions, share resources, and tackle challenges as a team. Overwatch 2 is a team-based multiplayer first-person shooter that emphasizes cooperative gameplay. Players can team up in groups of 6 and choose from a diverse roster of heroes, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. The cooperative experience in Overwatch 2 revolves around teamwork, coordination, and communication as players work together to complete objectives and secure victory against the opposing team. This is the first time Cyberpunk 2077 has made our best PC games list. While it was arguably great on PC when it came out at the end of 2020, it wasn't until CD Projekt Red launched a major 2.0 patch and the Phantom Liberty expansion in 2023 that you didn't really have to argue anymore. Even more gorgeous than ever and with years of polish and refinement to its combat and skill systems, exploring the gleaming yet seedy open world of Night City stands apart from anything else out there. Out of the box, you're in for more than 30 hours of the original story alongside Keanu Reeves as rockstar radical Johnny Silverhand. But when you include the spy-themed Phantom Liberty expansion, you get another 20 starring Idris Elba as sleeper agent Solomon Reed. This chapter brings with it new and more interesting themes as it explores the intersection of capitalism, police states, and the mind-warping effects of near-future technology and human augmentation. Fallout 3 is a single-player open-world role-playing game set in a post-apocalyptic world. While the game does not feature traditional cooperative gameplay, players can still share their experiences and strategies with others, discussing different approaches to quests, combat tactics, and exploration. The community aspect of Fallout 3 adds a cooperative element as players collaborate and help each other navigate the challenges of the game's world. SEKIRO, Shadows Die Twice is a single-player action-adventure game with a focus on challenging combat and exploration. While the game does not have a cooperative mode, players can still share their experiences and insights with others, discussing strategies for defeating difficult enemies and overcoming obstacles. The community aspect of SEKIRO allows players to collaborate and learn from each other, adding a cooperative element to the game's challenging gameplay. A Plague Tale: Requiem is a single-player action-adventure game that follows the story of Amisha and Hugo as they navigate a dark and dangerous world plagued by rats and the Inquisition. While the game does not have a cooperative mode, players can still share their experiences and discuss strategies for overcoming the game's challenges. The community aspect of A Plague Tale: Requiem allows players to collaborate and help each other find solutions to the game's puzzles and obstacles. Forza Horizon 5 is a racing game that offers a cooperative multiplayer experience through its Horizon Arcade mode. In this mode, players can team up with others to compete in a variety of fun and challenging mini-games and challenges. The cooperative aspect of Forza Horizon 5 adds a new dimension to the game's multiplayer experience, allowing players to work together to achieve common goals and earn rewards. Grand Theft Auto V's sprawling yet meticulously detailed map is still the high bar to which most open-world games aspire. Not only is it huge, it's incredibly dense with excellent content, not just the driving and shooting and 3 protagonist story that make up its campaign, and not limited to the numerous side activities, but all the sights, sounds, and bustling activity you'd expect to find in a city teeming with humans, seedy underbelly included. With so much to do, explore, and play with, both as a single-player PC game and Grand Theft Auto Online, plus great creative tools and mods, it's truly amazing on multiple levels. In Rockstar's follow-up to one of the greatest Western games of all time, you'll take on the role of rugged outlaw Arthur Morgan, part of the reckless and depleting Van der Linde gang. As you ride through the merciless fictional U.S. landscape, Red Dead Redemption 2 not only thrusts you into a perilous world in which outlaws are facing extinction, crushed under the accountability of law and order, but propels you into a downward spiral of morality versus survival. Red Dead Redemption's beauty lies in the imminent fate of the gang and stolen moments around the campfire. Arthur feels a crushing responsibility to rescue and reassure his entire hapless family, even the rotten rogues who appear hellbent on steering the group toward a cataclysmic end. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim is an epic open-world RPG set in the fantasy world of Tamriel. Players assume the role of the Dragonborn, a hero prophesied to save the world from dragons. The game offers a vast, immersive world to explore, filled with rich lore, dynamic NPCs, and countless quests. With its deep character customization, expansive skill system, and freedom to play however you choose, Skyrim offers a truly immersive and unforgettable RPG experience. God of War made a huge impact when it launched as a PlayStation exclusive in 2018, even taking home IGN's Game of the Year award. But its greatness didn't hinge on its platform, and its arrival on Steam in early 2022 opened it up to a whole new audience, one that should absolutely take the opportunity to play it if they haven't before. This reinvention of the classic series is truly fantastic, all the way from its excellent and challenging combat to the incredibly touching story that weaves it together. It's gorgeously presented and thorough in its detail, taking advantage of its roots while innovating on them in a way that feels fresh again. It's a true standout from the last decade, and it absolutely deserves to be counted amongst other PC greats now that it's here. The Last of Us Part 1 is a critically acclaimed action-adventure game that follows the journey of Joel and Ellie across a post-apocalyptic United States. The game is known for its gripping storytelling, emotional depth, and intense gameplay. Players must navigate through dangerous environments, scavenge for resources, and battle hostile survivors and infected creatures. With its compelling narrative and memorable characters, The Last of Us Part 1 is a must-play for fans of storytelling in video games. Barring the inadvertent, buggy slapstick of a Fallout New Vegas, or the spontaneous antics in online hits like Lethal Company, it's not often you get a video game that is genuinely funny. Tonally, Portal 2 is the equivalent of a razor-sharp, universally appealing Pixar movie. Whether you've played games or haven't, whether you like them or don't, Portal 2 will successfully win you around, and make you laugh in the process. On the contrary, comparing it to any film feels redundant. Valve created something that would be impossible to replicate beyond the form of video games, where the punchy, satirical, and occasionally somber and dreadful world of Aperture Science can only spring to life through your increasingly involved, always rewarding interactions. Half-Life 2 is a groundbreaking first-person shooter that continues the story of scientist Gordon Freeman in a world overrun by the alien Combine. Set in the dystopian City 17, players must use their wits and arsenal of weapons to fight against the oppressive forces and uncover the secrets of the mysterious G-Man. With its innovative gameplay, immersive storytelling, and memorable characters, Half-Life 2 is considered one of the greatest games of all time. What's not to love about Minecraft? There are many reasons the blocky survival game is one of the most beloved and well-known games of all time, and among them is the simple fact that you can do almost anything within Mojang's world. In simple, vanilla terms, Minecraft allows you to explore an infinite world filled with colorful biomes, treacherous realms, and mythical creatures, both hostile and friendly. Crossing genres, Minecraft dabbles in survival, crafting, building, PvE, adventure, and more, has a story and an endgame boss, and then delivers hours upon hours more content by welcoming you to another realm and leaving your world open to explore more fully. Both peaceful and terrifying, it's hard to think of another game that offers quite as much as Minecraft does without feeling cluttered or overcomplicated. Depending on your requirements, you can also choose to make monsters peaceful, which is perfect for young kids, or just play around in creative mode. Rise of the Tomb Raider is an action-adventure game that follows the journey of Lara Croft as she explores ancient tombs, solves puzzles, and battles enemies to uncover the secrets of immortality. Set in stunningly beautiful environments, the game combines exploration, combat, and puzzle-solving to create an immersive and thrilling experience. With its gripping story, breathtaking visuals, and engaging gameplay, Rise of the Tomb Raider is a must-play for fans of action-adventure games. The first of Insomniac's Spider-Man games introduced us to frantic combat and rapid web-swinging through the bustling streets of Manhattan that we'd never seen before in video games, and the Miles Morales sequel is essentially more of the same but improved in every way. Side filler missions like sneaking through an art gallery as MJ is gone, combat abilities and skills have been given more gusto, and the story is a little shorter to ensure it never dips in quality at any point. Mass Effect 2 is a critically acclaimed sci-fi RPG that continues the story of Commander Shepard as they assemble a team of diverse characters to take on a new threat to the galaxy. With its deep and branching narrative, meaningful player choices, and memorable characters, Mass Effect 2 offers a rich and immersive RPG experience that has captivated players around the world. Alan Wake is a familiar name in gaming, following the success of the 2010 psychological thriller game in which he was introduced to us. The first game had an expansion, American Nightmare, and a remastered re-release, but all fans have wanted for the last decade was a sequel to the Remedy game. Announced during the Game Awards 2021, the Alan Wake 2 release date arrived in 2023, where we find Wake rotting away in the dark place. At least we know where he's been all this time. As we explain in our Alan Wake 2 review, a lot of the new game doesn't take place with Wake in the dark place. We take on the role of the new character Saga Anderson, an FBI agent uncovering the dark secrets of Bright Falls. Switch between the two characters as you progress through this unique story game and uncover the link between Bright Falls, the dark place, and the novelist himself. Counter-Strike 2 is a fast-paced multiplayer first-person shooter that pits terrorists against counter-terrorists in a series of objective-based rounds. With its tight gunplay, strategic gameplay, and competitive community, Counter-Strike 2 has become one of the most popular and enduring multiplayer shooters in the world. Trying to decide which is the best MOBA is an argument that could rage on for hours, but League of Legends is a pretty good place to start. Since its release in 2009, it has become a global phenomenon, consistently one of the most played games in the world, and at one point had a player base of more than 100 million. Easier to grasp than Dota 2 but mechanically deeper than Heroes of the Storm, LOL hits a sweet spot in terms of approachability while still managing to constantly evolve. New and updated champions arrive on the Rift several times a year, keeping the game fresh despite its age. Every one of the best LOL champions is unique, too. From ancient gods to pirates and even monsters from another world, there's a way to enjoy the game no matter what you're looking for. Spec Ops: The Line is a thought-provoking third-person shooter that challenges players to confront the moral implications of their actions in war. Set in a sandstorm-ravaged Dubai, the game follows Captain Martin Walker and his squad as they search for a rogue American officer. With its intense and gritty storytelling, Spec Ops: The Line delivers a powerful narrative experience that explores the horrors of war and the impact of violence on the human psyche. The critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV has become a long-running meme at this point, but with good reason. It's been 10 years since Square Enix reinvented FF14 with A Realm Reborn, and since then we've been through 4 fabulous expansions, each building more upon its best-in-class world, characters, and story. The FF14 Dawntrail release date in July 2024 kicks off a completely new adventure, meaning there's never been a better time to start playing. In even better news, the recently expanded free trial for FF14 now lets you play the full base game in its first 2 expansions, Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, without paying a single penny. That's hundreds of hours you can enjoy for free, and if you decide to sign up after that, you'll have 2 of the most compelling and emotion-packed adventures going before jumping into Dawntrail. Simultaneously one of the newest games on this list and also the oldest, the 2023 remake of 2005's Resident Evil 4 took everything that made the original a standout action horror classic and modernized it to thrill present-day gamers just as much as it had those who always saw it through rose-tinted glasses. Rebuilt from the ground up, it builds tension with high-intensity combat against a ferocious cast of creatures and brings the Resident Evil world to life with rich detail as the story rapidly guides you through a series of unwaveringly impressive action sequences. There have been many games that have attempted to evoke RE4 style over the years, but none that nailed it quite as well as this. Hogwarts Legacy is an upcoming action RPG set in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Players will embark on a journey to become a witch or wizard, attend classes at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and explore the magical world beyond the school's walls. With its immersive gameplay, richly detailed world, and opportunities for player choice and exploration, Hogwarts Legacy promises to be an unforgettable adventure for fans of the Harry Potter series. Every 22 minutes, everything ends, and restarts again. The sands that had passed between twin planets go back to their original place, a planet that had fallen apart becomes whole, and you awaken to see a mysterious object in space break apart once again. In Outer Wilds, you live through those same 22 minutes until you can successfully solve the puzzle of why you're stuck in the time loop, among other mysteries, by exploring ruins left by a long-dead civilization across multiple planets. This gorgeous, heartfelt space adventure is one of the best examples of video game exploration and discovery. Outer Wilds encourages you to hop into your spaceship and go wherever you want, or just stay on your home planet and see what's happening there. Should you feel lost or need a hint on what to do next, all of your activities and progress are saved to your ship's log, which helpfully tells you when there's still more to discover in an area. Far Cry 3 is an open-world first-person shooter that takes players to a tropical paradise that has descended into chaos. As Jason Brody, players must navigate the island, battle against dangerous wildlife and hostile pirates, and uncover the dark secrets of the island. With its stunning visuals, dynamic gameplay, and compelling story, Far Cry 3 is a standout title in the series that has earned praise for its immersive open-world experience. Call of Duty: Warzone is a free-to-play battle royale game set in the popular Call of Duty universe. It features intense, large-scale multiplayer battles where players compete to be the last one standing. With its fast-paced gameplay, realistic weapons, and dynamic environments, Warzone offers a thrilling and competitive experience for fans of the genre. Deep, lengthy RPGs are a staple of PC gaming, and very few have put a larger chunk of sophisticated content forward than The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt has. Its massive sandbox open-world areas impress, both in terms of scope and density. They're generously dotted with great monsters to slay, tantalizing mysteries to solve, and personal stories to unfurl. It's also one of the most impressive overall productions in gaming history, with reams of excellently written dialogue performed by a stellar voice cast, an incredible original soundtrack, and graphics that qualify as both a technical and artistic achievement. Darkness has overtaken Sanctuary once more. Hatred's poisonous tendrils have corrupted its people. Demons of all shapes and sizes roam the land. Blood soaks the very earth beneath our feet, and Lilith is poised to reign supreme. This is Diablo 4, the best Diablo game ever made. As noted in our Diablo 4 review, our hero story is a twisted tale of tragedy and loss that sinks its hooks into you from the get-go. But while we wait for the Diablo 4 DLC, Vessel of Hatred, to continue Sanctuary's saga of strife, Blizzard keeps things fresh with new seasonal updates that have included everything from vampires to bizarre, spider-like robots. Oh, and also Gemma-chan. Technical problems with the PC version kept Nier Automata off of this list in the past, but with Steam's user reviews now giving a very positive all-clear, its popularity with the IGN staff has powered it into a strong position. This action RPG opus delivers a ridiculously entertaining journey full of awesome ideas that is equal parts strange and beautiful. There are few games like it in the way that it bounces between genres and styles with aplomb, offering a roller coaster of different gameplay opportunities, wrapped up in a fascinating futuristic dystopia story with many possible endings, encouraging us to poke into every corner of its engrossing world. Couple that with frenzied combat and an unforgettable soundtrack, and it's more than worth checking out if you missed it. Control is a supernatural third-person action-adventure game that follows the story of Jessie Faden as she investigates the mysterious Federal Bureau of Control. With its mind-bending story, innovative gameplay mechanics, and stunning visuals, Control offers a unique and immersive gaming experience. The game's blend of exploration, combat, and puzzle-solving has earned it critical acclaim and a dedicated fan base. Larian's reputation as one of the best developers around was solidified with the release of Divinity: Original Sin 2, but if you had any doubts, Baldur's Gate 3 is sure to cement its place. Built upon the foundations of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set, BG3 lets players use their creativity to solve problems, accomplish tasks, and set goblins on fire. A lot of games promise this level of depth, but BG3 is designed to continue even if the player decides to kill every useful NPC around. In this 70-hour epic, the story will adapt to your actions, even if you murder fan favorites like Asterion and Karlach. Read our BG3 review to see why we gave this incredible game an excellent score of 9 out of 10, and don't forget to check out our Baldur's Gate 3 builds guide if you want to design your character from scratch. In just a year and change since its release, Elden Ring's reputation has only grown, which is insane to even think about considering that its reputation right when it came out was one of the best reviewed games of all time. It's all deserved praise, because Elden Ring truly is a monumental achievement in the open world and Souls-like genres. Its world is a wonder to explore, with memorable experiences, valuable rewards, and imposing boss fights covering nearly every square inch of its absolutely enormous map. The only thing that holds it back on this list is the fact that it still struggles a bit performance-wise on the PC. But that doesn't stop it from being an easy pick for our top 5 best PC games of all time. The Counter-Strike series has sat unchallenged as the pinnacle of competitive FPS games since its inception, featuring shooting mechanics that reward mechanical skill above all else, a weapon economy that provokes constant strategic reshuffles, and perfectly balanced maps. Valorant, from Riot Games, does all of that while mixing in a roster of heroes, each with passive, active, and ultimate abilities. Some of those abilities have Counter-Strike counterparts, like smokescreens, flashes, and grenades, but there's nuance to how each agent's kit works that ensures every round plays out differently. Valorant may not win over the FPS purists, but it's infinitely more accessible and offers new players an inroad that doesn't involve being good at clicking on heads. And if you are one of those new players, then allow us to help you out with a guide to all the Valorant characters, a ranking of them in the form of a Valorant tier list, and a helping hand getting used to the gun, spray patterns, and Valorant crosshairs so your shots will always be on target. It's hard to define Final Fantasy VII Remake. Recreating the opening hours of the original RPG as a full-blown action game in downright gorgeous style, it isn't afraid to play with those iconic characters and the story around them in ways that often feel more like a sequel than a remake. But no matter what path this seemingly new series continues blaze, and however you want to label FF7R, one thing is for sure, whatever this is absolutely rules. One of the only subscription MMOs to get it right, and always capable of a resurgence in popularity and quality, World of Warcraft is an easy recommendation. Its Warlords of Draenor low point left many wondering if there was still a future for one of the most famous games of all time. Fortunately, recent expansions have shown that it's still alive and well, and it's not going away anytime soon. No matter what you're logging on for, it remains one of the best PC games around. Each expansion provides a massive, co-op-enabled RPG storyline of its own, with only the most climatic moments requiring the presence of other people. Of course, if you want to delve into the endgame and join 24 others in taking down the world's biggest bads, all that is there as well. World of Warcraft rating remains amazing, while constant updates and a solid content plan make it one of the best MMOs on PC. So, did you like the games I recommended? So leave your like, subscribe to the channel to follow me, and activate the bell because I post a lot of videos on this channel and you can't miss it. Thank you very much for following me this far, and until next time, bye.